Hello everybody, today's subject is this fisherman, a very quick sketch in ink. I start by making a circle to give the space for the head and then draw a 9 equally spaced line or 8 sections. At the end of the third section or the fourth line is the belly button or the waist. End of fifth line is where the legs would start and end of seventh line is where the knees are. Next to the area where I will be drawing hips is the hands where it ends, and this, the third line, is the chest. I will be covering this in detail in another tutorial. Now, with the basic structure of where the belly button comes in or where the knees comes in, etc., we now start working on the artwork. So I know that this third line is where the chest is, so I kind of figure out where the shirt would be or where the collar ends. So the second box end or the third line is where the chest comes in, and now the fourth line or the third section end is where the waist or the belly button comes in. And with that idea, I am making the elbow which comes towards the side of your waist, and the hands or the wrist ends at the crotch area or where the hips would lie. So that is how the lines or the sections that we had made help us understand as to where each body part falls in, and the proportions are then right. Each person has a different frame. Some may have longer legs, some may have longer upper body, etc. However, the basic structure remains the same, and if we make a frame like this, we can alter accordingly. So now you see that I had marked where the knees would come, and that is really helping me make the thighs and go forward from there, and then the calf and the rest of the legs I'm able to make because I knew where the knees will fall. Now making the turban, I'm very quickly drawing in a very rapid way all the areas where the eyes will come, ears, lips, etc. And I'm not giving the details, I'm just giving markings of where things would fall, like we have done for the rest of the area. Very quickly I've sharpened my pencil and lightened the lines that I have done, so that I come up back with the finer lines. I've sharpened the pencil so that now I can give the finer details, whatever I want, not too much of details, but some markings better than before in the artwork. And I have lightened the lights with a kneaded eraser because my base lines or the lines that I'm going to refer to are now in place. So looking at that, I'm giving better lines, or little defined, more defined than before. Like earlier I hadn't given a collar, and now I'm giving collar, and the the seam of the shirt where the buttons would come in, all of that is now taking place because the frame or the body structure was in place. Now coming to the wrist, etc., I'll be giving the curves from the wrist towards the thumb, and some lines to represent the fingers. Again, I'm not doing too much of details because this is a very rapid sketch, and hence moving forward to the other areas of the body. Again, I will not be detailing too many things. I'll be leaving things for imagination as well. Sketches are supposed to be very quick, and we leave things such that the viewer or the person who's looking into it can imagine the rest of the stuff. So you see the marking of the belly button is still there, what I had given initially in the lines, etc., and that really helped. I'm making his pants or working pants in which he's probably gone fishing, and giving the folds, etc. We'll come back and give some depth to it, but right now I'm giving very basic lines for the fold. Some curves on the thighs. The gentleman is very skinny, so and coming down to the knees. So those knees dots had helped me create that curve around the legs to figure out as to where the legs and how they will come. So that's how the frame helped us or took shape. Now very quickly I'm making the bamboo holder that he has, and for the baskets we don't have to be very worried about its shape, etc. However, what we need to see is the proportion, that it should not be too big or too small in proportion to the body. So if you see his pants or working shorts, the frame of the basket is somewhat for the same height So that's what I'm doing, looking at where it starts and where it ends, and that's where I'm placing the basket in comparison to his shots. And that is how you can make sure that the proportions are right, looking at one thing which you've already drawn and compare it to the other and place things accordingly. So if you see here as well, I've just placed the basket a little above his pants. That's how it's in the reference picture, and it ends on the top around his waist. Now that the outlining is complete, I come with my fountain pen and start inking. This is another time when you can do some bit of correction, and I always say that the corrections don't have to be too steep. If you are going too much out of the line, which means your pencil work was not accurate. But yes, you can give better lines, curves, etc. if you want. Like I've missed a collar here, and I don't mind now making that at this stage. If you see, I'm giving some more wobbly lines to give some effect, and some fingers which were not earlier there. However, not too much. Like I say, in inking time, too much of changes are also not required or not needed. If it is needed, which means our pencil work was not up to the mark. This ink work finishes pretty quickly because all you have to do is look at your pencil work and go over it. So it doesn't take two times. However, I give little bit more markings here and there while I move forward. The folds of the pant or some dots here and there, which gives you some good effect. That's what I would be doing, and of course we'll come with the shading or hashing and giving some more details later. Just few lines to show the water and the legs a little wobbly in the reflection. The stick is very straight line. What I'm just being careful is that I'm not drawing over where the fingers would come or where the rope will be tied. So I've left that area to scribble later. And the basket, very quickly I'm drawing that. And some stuff inside the basket. We don't have to worry about the accuracy of what it is, as long as it shows that there are multiple things placed in there. The ropes, once again, I'm tying it to the bamboo. You don't have to be extremely worried about where it's going, where it's tied, etc. But yes, the angle should not be too lopsided. As long as the angle is similar to what is in the reflection, in the reference picture, that works. I place some few more items in that basket and few lines to show the rope, and some dots and some scribble to show where it's been tied. I'm sorry for the dog barking behind. Now the time has come for a bit of hashing. I'm giving some shadows wherever they are required. Some lines in the basket. You don't have to draw absolutely straight full lines. Some semi lines and broken lines will do the work. Now this is the ink that I'm using. It is a regular ink which I'm taking in the brush, diluted a bit with the water, and coming back for the darker areas or the shadow areas. Doing the fold in the pants and some part of the leg. If you see, the right side of the leg is darker because the light is not falling, and that's where I'm leaving the color or the ink. You don't have to paint it completely. Even in the hands, if you see in the reference picture, only the half of the hand is dark, and that's what I'm doing. Quickly, some patches here and there for in the basket and in the water, and I move to the shirt. The right side is a little dark, giving some lines to show the fold. You don't have to be very accurate of what is happening. As long as some patches are done and it reflects or shows what it is, it works. Coming back with the fountain pen to give some more detailed and darker pieces. You need to keep swapping between paint and pen here, or the ink with the brush and pen here. So giving some darker, deeper values wherever required. You can do a little more of that if you want it. As an afterthought, once the drawing was complete or the art was complete, I thought I could have given a little more detailed hashing. But nevertheless, I moved very quickly to the brush pen and started giving the darker or the deepest very quickly the values that were needed. I don't overdo the brush pen because it can darken the area too quick and too much, which may not be required as well, but it does help to give some deeper effect. Now when the drawing was ready, I started painting few of the yellow in the basket and the stick and some reflection in the water, and that's about it. I thought of using yellow this time and a bit of a splash and sprinkle here and there. And with that, my artwork gets ready. This is the final sketch. Hope you liked today's work. Please do like, share and subscribe for weekly updates. Thank you.